is a brand new comic book week, which means it's time to talk about the top 10 most pulled comic books for February 26, 2025. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you guys love me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy and you like daily comic book content, I think you came to the right place. Why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button? Guys, this is a video series highlighting some of the comic books that people are most excited about based off of this website called leagueofcomicgeeks.com. That's right, guys. You can create your own pull list absolutely for free. And again, this really provides that information of what people are most excited about, not definitive sales. So with that being said, let's get started with this week's episode. And just like every week, we always have the 5 books that are on the outside looking in. And the first book is The Department of Truth. This is issue 28. This one is a 28-page comic for the price of $4. Now, I have not read this book in quite some time, so I don't really know what's going on, but I want to know if you guys are enjoying it just as much as you did when you read that first issue. This book has 3,977 pulls, written by James Tynion IV, and the art is done by Martin Simmons. So yeah, like I said, don't know too much about it. I know it's creepy, it's horrific, it has some like conspiracy theory stories going on in there, but that's about it. Our second book that's on the outside looking in goes to The Flash, issue 18. I feel like not many people are talking about this run on Flash. If you're enjoying it, that's great, and let me know what you think of it. Legacy numbering 818, 32 pages for the price of $4. This book has 5,083 pulls. Not too bad for a book that's on the outside looking in. The writer here is Simon Spurrier, and the art is done by Vasco Georgiev, or Georgiev. God, it's horrible. Anyway, when it comes to this book, all as I know is it looks like that the Flash family is involved in whatever's going on here. The like entire Flash family, and there's a lot of Flash characters these days. Our third book that's on the outside looking in goes to Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, issue 5. It's like my fourth take trying to do this one because I can't pronounce a person's name. Let's see if I can do it this time. This one is 32 pages for the price of $5. This has 5,252 pulls, which is pretty good for a book that's on the outside looking in. Anything over 5,000 is awesome. Jeb Loeb is the writer. Bill I can't do it. This is like my 5th time trying to say this poor man's name. Anyway, it's Bill who does the artwork in here. Like I said, I just kind of fell off of this book. Nothing against it. This seems like it could be a good issue as the Joker makes his appearance in here. And he's the Valentine's Day present for Gotham. So if you're enjoying Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, really cool stuff, man. Sorry, Bill, that I can't pronounce your name. Our fourth book that's on the outside looking in, and it's a travesty, it needs to be in the top 10, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is issue 7. It's 32 pages for the price of $5. This book has 5,834 pulls, written by Jason Aaron, and the art is done by Juan Ferreira. Last issue, really good, guys. You know, your turtles have been separated, and for 6 or 5 issues, we're kind of finding out where they've all been, and now they've been reunited. They're back in New York. They're in the sewers, but it's just not the good old turtles that you once knew, right? They kind of despise each other, and they're forced to work together. And finding out that story on what created that animosity and that situation has been really well done. And Juan Ferreira's artwork is absolutely exquisite. He's the new ongoing artist here. So if you love turtles, this is something that you're going to need to pick up. This is an awesome book. And our last book that's on the outside looking in, oh my gosh, guys, Green Lantern, issue 20, really? This book is pretty damn awesome for it to be number 11, basically, is, whew. Legacy numbering 587, 32 pages for the price of $5. This book does have 6,042 pulls, which is actually really good though for a number 11 book. It's written by DC's exclusive writer now, Jeremy Adams, and the art is done by Jack Herbert. Really solid book. Just getting to see what's going on with all the core members. Now the core members have their own book. We got this situation going on with this Sorrow Lantern. We got Carol Ferris in here. There's so much great things going on in this comic as it reminds you of the Green Lantern characters of old. So can't wait for this book. Now on to the top 10, and number 10 goes to Green Arrow issue 21. Legacy numbering 354, 32 pages, $4. This book has 6,145 pulls, written by Chris Condon, and the art is done by Montos. This book is good. There's this killer out on the loose that is trying to get revenge on people that are connected to this facility. People are getting sick years and years later, and there's this killer going after Ollie. So pretty good book. I like the mystery here. We don't know who the actual killer is, and Green Arrow is feeling really bad for this project. This is a good book. I like it. It took a little bit of an adjustment to get from Joshua Williamson's run, which is much more happy, right, to this, which is much more serious. Number 9 on our list this week goes to the Fantastic Four issue 29, a book that's gaining popularity probably due to the movie and also this event that's going on, One World Under Doom. The legacy numbering here is 722, 32 pages for the price of $4. This book has 7,970 pulls. Pretty impressive. This one is written by Ryan North, if I remember correctly, and the art is done by Corey Smith. So it looks like it's got a couple of cool characters in here, like She-Hulk, working with the Fantastic Four again, trying to stop Doctor Doom. Could be a lot of fun. The next book coming in at number 8 is a book that I'm just not feeling. It's Justice League Unlimited. This is issue 4. 32 pages for the price of $4. This book, though, has an impressive 8,192 pulls for a number 8 book. So people are still into it. Mark Waid is the writer. Dan Mora does the artwork. It's an absolutely gorgeous book. And this is a book that tries to be like maybe the Justice League Unlimited cartoon. But for me, in this comic version, it doesn't really work. I feel like there's so many different characters or different plot points that is happening. We got these people that are burning everything. There's like parademons all over the place. It's a terrorist group called Inferno. There's just a lot of weird things happening, and I can't seem to get a grasp on this comic. Maybe it's just too in your face and too much for me. I don't know how much longer I'm going to give it a chance. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Coming in at number 7, we have X-Men issue 12, legacy numbering 312. 32 pages, $5. This book has 9,424 pulls. Pretty impressive, because this time along, we're going to get Alpha Flight that's going to join the team. That could be a lot of fun. This one is written by Jed McKay, and the art is done by Nitho Diaz. Nitho Diaz's artwork is pretty solid. It's comparable to, I would say, Ryan Stegman's artwork, so there's not a big change there. The story has been kind of okay. It's dealing with Cyclops' father right now, and Cyclops for me tends to be like overly angry in this series. I don't know if you guys are digging that. It's a little bit off. It takes some time to get used to, but overall we're going to see what Alpha Flight has to offer with our X-Men characters. I'm not going to lie, I don't think this book has ever been outside of the top 5, and coming in at number 6 goes to Ultimate X-Men. This is issue 12. Wow, this is crazy. 32 pages for the price of $5. This book still has, though, 9,605. The numbers are climbing, and we're not even in the top 5 yet. Written and drawn by Peach Momoko. For a lot of people, this is the story they want to read when it comes to maybe their X-Men, right? It's something that is familiar with them, maybe like a manga or anime. And I got the garbage truck right here interfering with my brain, so I apologize about that. My battery's gonna die on my phone. There's a lot of things going on right now. But nevertheless, this is a pretty decent book for a lot of people, and it looks like there's gonna be a showdown with the Shadow King. So, if you like it, that's pretty awesome. The top 5 has some heavy hitters, guys. Here we go. We got Superman issue 23 coming in at number 5. Legacy numbering 866. 32 pages, $5. Ready? Oh, it doesn't hit the 10,000 mark. It's got 9,698 pulls. It's written by Joshua Williamson. Of course, the art is done by Dan Mora. This book continues to be a really great book as Superman is doing battle against the Time Trapper, who is another version of Doomsday, while the old version of Doomsday is teaming up with Superman because they're trying to capture him. There's a different cast of characters in here. Just a really well-rounded book. I've never enjoyed Superman more than I am currently right now. Get you excited for the movie. I'm not gonna lie, I am happy this book is not number 1 or number 2 or number 3. In fact, it's number 4 because it's a point issue and it's The Amazing Spider-Man issue 68 Point Deaths. It's 32 pages for the price of $4. This book has 11,300 pulls, and it's a number 4 book. It shows you that the pulls are still remaining strong because it is Amazing Spider-Man. People pull it regardless of what happens. We're still dealing with the 8 deaths here. We're getting close to the end. I can't wait for it to end. It's written by Christos Gage on this one, and Mark Buckingham is the artist. Like, who's not involved with this story? Like, did people like, I'll write it for a little bit, and I'll write it for a little bit, I'll write it for a little bit. I don't know, man. It's not the best story in the world, but of course it's Spider-Man, and I will always continue to read it because I'm a Spider-Man fan. Number 3, here we go, goes to Absolute Wonder Woman. This is issue 5. It's 32 pages for the price of $5. This book has 13,735 pulls. Will we break a record this week on top 10 most pulled? We'll find out very soon. Our writer here is Kelly Thompson. The art is done by Hayden Sherman. This book is good. I really enjoy it. I love seeing all the different crazy, magical or mystical or powers that she has. Even though I'm not really like a sorcerer person, right? She's like the devil, or she comes from the devil, or whatever it is. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but it's a fun book. The artwork holds the book down a little bit, but the story is fun. Interesting to see her different cast of characters, and like I said, that big ass sword in the last issue was a blast, man. So I really enjoyed this book. What do you guys think of it? How can this be a Batman comic not at number 1? Well, coming in at number 2 goes to Detective Comics issue 1094. 32 pages for the price of $5. This one has 13,826 pulls. It's written by Tom Taylor, and the art is done by Mikhail Janin. Janin's artwork is solid in this book. Tom Taylor, most recently, another DC exclusive writer. So DC's starting to put their shit together here, and they're looking like they want to make quality comic books. And speaking of quality comic, this is one of them. Love all the story threads that are going on in this book, and I can't wait to see how we continue to evolve this comic book with the cast of characters, Joe Chill's history with attached to the girl, and just Batman's hookup and just this new villain, and I think that villain's gonna be exposed. So I'm super excited for this book. So remember, guys, after number 1, we are not done, as we have Slayer's sleeper pick, as I'm gonna highlight a comic that's not in this top 15. It seems like there's a lot of good ones this week, but number 1 goes to The Ultimate Spider-Man. This is issue 14. It's 32 pages for $5. It's crazy how an ultimate character, an alternate version, can outdo a main character, but I guess Detective's not main comic either, but whatever. You know what I'm saying. This book has, so close to the 20K mark. 19,297 pulls, written by Jonathan Hickman, Marco Cicchetto. This continues the Kraven's Last Hunt storyline as Kraven's going after Spider-Man and freaking Green Goblin, Harry Osborn. This is going to be epic. I cannot wait for this issue. And now it's time for Spider Slayer's sleeper pick, the lowest ranked comic I've ever suggested, coming in at number 65. And this goes to Jump Scare issue 1, published by Dark Horse Comics. Now, I was made aware of this comic book from my good friend Brant Fowler, who we do my weekly live show, Comic Book Weekly. And he has a show on his YouTube channel, and he mentioned it, and it sounded cool, right? And I saw this on my FOC, and I think I bypassed on it. So I'm going to see if my shop actually has it when Wednesday comes around. And this one is 32 pages for the price of $4. And Jump Scare is a hero that can conjure up a weapon from any horror movie she has actually seen to fight crime. That's kind of what this book is about. It seems like it could be a lot of fun, right? This one has 387 pulls, right? But it is written by Colin Bunn, and he is a very creative writer, especially when it comes to horror stories. So this one could definitely fly under the radar this week. And there you have it, webheads. There are the top 10 most pulled comic books for tomorrow, which is February 26, 2025. Let me know in the comments below what you're most interested in, and did any of your most anticipated comics not make this top 10 most pulled? Leave that in the comments below. As always, I'll leave you more content right here for you to click on for your enjoyment. Support those local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, yes, read your comics so we can have great comic conversation. Guys, I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye.